High school basketball is back on Beaver Media and on the Delco Preps channel. Tonight from Worthen Arena on the campus of Ball State University, Hoosier hysteria continues as the Blackford Bruins take on the Muncie Burris Owls. Good evening. Hi again, everyone. Brian Beaver back with you off the disabled list. Good to be back. 100% raring to go for what could be a very high-scoring game here tonight in the home of the Ball State Cardinals. Me being a Ball State grad, it's always special coming back here to do a game, and especially when I've got you in the co-pilot chair next to me for the next couple of hours. Thanks for being along for the ride. Blackford comes into this game red hot, 18-4 overall. They've won 9 games in a row, coming off last night's 87-71 win over South Adams. Bruins are defending sectional champions in sectional 39, and they'll try to make it 2 in a row here in 2021 in a little over a week as the state tournament gets underway next Tuesday. Muncie Burris isn't quite as hot as Blackford. They don't have 9 wins in a row, but the Owls do have 3 straight victories to go to 9-8 now for the season for Joseph Anderson. And really a stunning program-building win on Monday night when the Owls went down University Avenue a couple miles downtown, went to the Fieldhouse and beat Muncie Central 63-59. It's the first time a Burris basketball team, boys, has beaten Muncie Central since LBJ was president back in the mid to the late 60s. Just a phenomenal effort and achievement for the Owls to beat Muncie Central on what was Muncie Central's senior night in the North Walnut Street Fieldhouse, to come away a game above 500 this late in the season for the first time in a long while. We mentioned scoring. There's bound to be a lot of it. There are a couple reasons for that. When you talk about Muncie Burris, well, they got a great game out of their best player, Grant Jones, against Central Monday night. All he did was score 20 points and collect 15 rebounds. He's a pretty darn good all-around player. But the marquee player in this game is a name you've heard a lot in this part of Indiana for 4 years. He's every bit the headline and stands behind every bit of it. Luke Brown, a senior guard from Blackford, comes into this one tonight, averaging 31.3 points a game and 5.4 assists. He's had an outstanding career. He comes in tonight as the number 5 all-time leading scorer in Indiana boys basketball history. He's sitting on 2,749 points. Only 4 players have ever gotten to 3,000, and Brown would need 251 the rest of this season to reach the 3K plateau. It would take almost certainly a full sectional run and maybe into the regional for Brown to get to 3K, but he's entirely capable of doing it. How good is Luke Brown? His season scoring average of 31.3 is lower than his career scoring average, which is 32.0, and a 6.5 assist career player as well is Luke Brown. So he's not just a gunner. He's a brilliant tactician. He's great at moving players on the court with his passing, his dribbling. He's maybe as good a facilitator as he is a shooter. And he comes into this one tonight shooting 55% from the field overall, 93% from the line, and almost 50% from three-point range. He's a fantastic player, and he's going out around the key here now, around the elbow to the other side of the free throw lane and finishing up his pregame warm-up shots. But he's going to go Stetson and play his college ball, and he's a great, great player. He's a little bigger now than if you were at the Burris game when they played Blackford 2 years ago. That one at Ball Gym. Slightly smaller, slightly less developed. Luke Brown then as a sophomore. Here as a senior, he has leaned out. He's leaner. He's more muscled. He's not real big yet. That'll get taken care of in college when they get him into that really good weight program and nutrition program. But he's a fantastic player. I've been saying for a long time he's the real deal. This old goat, the best description I can give people is that he shoots it like Alford and he handles it like Maravich. And that's really high praise for an 18-year-old kid, but he's that good. He's really, really talented and almost certain to be an Indiana All-Star and play in the Kentucky series. And it's going to get a few votes for Mr. Basketball, I have a feeling, along the way. So we told you earlier, Muncie Burris dropped the JV game 45-33 tonight. So we're just about set to go here. The Bruins are still on the floor going through their warm-ups, and this is a bit of a different animal when you're playing in an arena this big. Number one, the court's longer by 10 feet. It's a whole lot bigger. The sight lines are different because of the distance to the background, and the players have to really get acclimated to shooting at a basket that doesn't have anything behind it for about 70 or 80 feet, depending where you are on the floor. So it's a bit of an adjustment. We'll see how they tackle it here tonight. Burris has gone to the locker rooms. They're still there. They had a pregame presentation for Grant Jones. He got his 1,000th career point in Monday's win over Muncie Central, and a classy move by Central to stop that game temporarily and make the presentation to him. And they didn't have to do that, but I know that the Burris folks really appreciate that gesture, as Jones became, I think, the 10th player in Burris history to reach 1,000 career points. So hats off to the 6'4" senior from Muncie Burris. We'll take our first break. When we come back, we'll get set for the starting lineups and the opening tip of this great basketball game here tonight from my alma mater, Ball State. It's Blackford and Muncie Burris at Worth Arena. We'll get underway after this on Beaver Media and on the Delco Preps channel. Stay right there.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Indiana are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
The world of high school sports is filled with athletes who possess the eye of the tiger and whose focus and determination enables them to soar like eagles. The games themselves can't be played without a few zebras. Becoming an IHSAA official is a great way to be part of the action and to support Indiana's healthy tradition of high school athletics. Visit IHSAA.org and get in the game. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to Worthen Arena. I'm Brian Beaver. Thanks for being in the co-pilot chair tonight as we get set for this basketball game between Blackford and Muncie Burris. Here's how they'll line them up tonight. For Blackford, Landon Grimes will start. He's 6'5" and a senior, averaging 11.6 a game with 7.9 rebounds to go along with it. Cam Elam, a 6'1" senior who's averaging 7.9 points per game. Grimes had 19 against South Adams last night. Elam had 16 against South Adams. The other starters, Dawson Hundley, a 6-foot sophomore, averaging 7.1 a game. Scott Winger, a 6'2" junior, averaging 1.2 per contest. And rounding it out, one of the best players in Indiana in a long time, Luke Brown, 6'2" and a senior, averaging 31.3 a game. 5.4 assists a game to go along with it for the Stetson commit. For Muncie Burris, they'll start Bryce Carnes, a 6-foot sophomore, averaging a point a game. Colin McBride, who comes in 5'9" and a sophomore, 8.8 points a game, 3.5 assists to go along with it. Josh Stevenson, a 5'10" senior, averaging 8.8. Grant Jones, a 6'4" senior, the best player in the Burris program, averaging 19.8 a game and 9.2 rebounds. And Carter Fisher, a 6'1" sophomore, averaging 7.3 points per game. final 15 seconds will tick off the clock here, and we'll have the national anthem and the introductions of the starting lineups on the PA system for you, like you hear that tonight. And we're just about set to go. Burris will wear white uniforms with blue lettering and gold trim. Bruins of Blackford, will be in all red. Red jerseys, red shorts, black lettering, white trim. Here's our Star Spangled Banner. Fantastic night for basketball. Our last regular season broadcast here on the Delco Preps channel. We'll think about our broadcast plans for next week with sectional play starting on Tuesday, and make those announcements as the games go along on our Twitter feed at Delco Preps. Right now, if I were a betting man, I would bet that we will be at 1A sectional 55, at least to open next week's play. But that is not a certainty at this point. Here are the starting lineups.
A 6'5" senior, number 3, Landon Grimes. A 6-foot sophomore, number 12, Dawson Hunley. A 6'2" senior, number 25, Luke Brown. And a 6'2" junior, number 34, Scott Winger. The head coach of the Bruins is Grant Newland. And now, Allentown, on your feet and make some noise. Meet the pride of the West Side, your Muncie Burris Golden Owls. Starting at guard, a 6-foot sophomore, number 4, Bryce Carnes. Also at guard, a 5'9" sophomore, number 10, Colin McBride. The third guard, a 5'10" senior, number 12, Josh Stevenson. Up front, a 6'4" senior, number 15, Grant Jones. And a 6'1" sophomore, number 25, Carter Fisher. Our assistant coaches are Tice Rogers, Mike King, Mike White, and Dwayne Clements, and your head coach, Mr. Joseph Anderson. Your officials tonight, Tony Carey, Deion Smith, and Robert Briscoe.
There you have them, our starting fives: Elam, Grimes, Hundley, Brown, and Winger for the Bruins, Carnes, McBride, Stevenson, Jones, and Fisher for the Owls. Teams are ready to go. Jones will jump inside for Burris. It'll be Landon Grimes for Blackford, and we've got a whistle before we're even underway. The players were not set. We'll try it all over again. You hear the fans. Little nervous energy. Burris will go left to right. Bruins of Blackford right to left, and the tip won by Grimes, and Blackford will open the night with the basketball. Cam Elam walks it across the timeline. Now across the way in the corner to Brown. Brown will back out to the wing and now drive baseline, pull up, fire, and got it. Luke Brown with his first bucket of the night. It won't be his last, and it's 2-0 Blackford 20 seconds into this one. Burris with the ball out near the timeline, near the center circle. McBride works it on the left side wing. Here's a drive to the baseline by Fisher. His turnaround jumper also good. And we're tied at 2 apiece on the first bucket of the night by Burris. Give it to Fisher. It's 2-2, 40 seconds into this one. Brown will bring it across the timeline right in front of me court side. Works the screen. Pass across the way to the corner now. Low post feed down low. They'll swing it back on top and back to the corner. Three-pointer on the way. It is good. Give the bucket to Landon Grimes. The big man has a triple and a 5-2 lead now for the Bruins. A minute into this one. Bruins are man-to-man on defense. Brown guarding closely out here between the rings on Stevenson. Make it McBride. Out on top, it's Fisher. Cut off, faked the shot, worked it to the wing, and now a drive to the baseline and a cross-court pass to the corner for a three-pointer. Up, rattles out, no good by Stevenson. Bruins have the board, and they'll bring it down the floor as Hundley gets the board and brings it into the forecourt. Picks up his dribble at the free throw line, works to the wing to Elam. Elam out on top to Brown. He'll fire a long three. It's up. It's off the front iron. No good. And the rebound comes to Burris. Give the board to Josh Stevenson. Rank it to Colin McBride. Now to the elbow. Across the way to the wing. And an 18-foot long two-pointer up off the mark by Bryce Carnes. Blackford with the board. Here comes Brown right in front of us, dribbling into the forecourt. Right here at the hash mark on the near side. He'll use a screen. Fire a three. It's off the mark. Long rebound goes to the corner. Bruins will keep it. Here's the baseline drive. Feed to a cutter. Up off the glass. No good. Grimes couldn't get it in traffic. Rebound by McBride. He'll come down the floor on the dribble and go all the way to the hole. Fire off the glass and hit. Beautiful move by Colin McBride. We've got a whistle by the official. He takes a quick timeout so Luke Brown can tie his shoe. It's a 5-4 game. 5:48 to go, first quarter. Blackford 5, Burris 4. Luke Brown will bring it into the forecourt on the dribble. Works it here near side wing. Now they kick it to the corner. That's Elam. Elam back out on top to Dane Baker, who's in the game now for the Bruins. Burris zoning. 18-footer baseline jumper for two. Brown knocks it down. It's easy money for him, and he makes it 7-4 Blackford. 2.5 minutes into the game. McBride gives it to Fisher in the forecourt. Fisher picks up his dribble at the free throw line, gets to Jones, who sends it to the corner. Three-pointer upside. Colin McBride. 5 early points for him, and it's a 7-7 game, our second tie in the first 3 minutes of the contest. Blackford attacking, trying to get back on top. Here's a skip pass and a laying off the glass. Beautiful feed by Elam. The bucket, I think, was by Winger. Going to give it to Baker. His first two. It's a 9-7 game. Here's Burris attacking. Turnaround jumper up, in. Bryce Carnes hits a tough jumper, and we're tied at 9. Our third tie already in the game with 4:35 to go in the first quarter. Baker out on the point now. Gets it in the corner to Elam. Elam bounce pass out on top. Now in the corner again. Three-pointer on the way. It's off the mark that time by Elam, but Blackford with the offensive glass, and Brown fires and hits. It's a three-pointer. Luke Brown with 7 points. It's 12-7. Make it 12-9. 12-9. Burris trailing here. Halfway through period number 1. Fisher zigzags his way through the paint into the lane. Hits the runner. Nice move by Carter Fisher. He has 4 points, and it's a 12-11 Blackford lead. Brown way out on top. Works it to the wing to Baker, who feeds underneath. Winger had it nearly stolen away, but Blackford keeps it, and jump shot is off the rim out of bounds. No good, and it'll go to Burris. Checking in for Blackford, Landon Grimes. He goes in. Dawson Hundley takes the seat. 3:42 to go first quarter. It's Burris trailing Blackford 12-11. Blackford has led or been tied the entire way. Burris could get its first lead here. There's an elbow jump shot up. No good, but a foul on a Carter Fisher jump shot. It's going to be on Blackford. Scott Winger going to the line for a pair of free throws. Carter Fisher. Chance to give his team its first lead. Foul was on Scott Winger of Blackford. Cardinal sin. Don't foul a jump shooter. First one up, first one good. Ties the game at 12. We've been tied at 2, 7, 9, and now 12. Fisher looking for the first Burris lead of the game. Right-hander fires. He got it. Owls are up for the first time tonight, 13-12. Carter Fisher, with 6 points of Burris's output early. Here's the top of the key three, up off the mark. That was a brick with mustard on it that time by Elam, but Blackford got the offensive glass. They'll try it again. Brown in the near side corner, guarded by Jones. Now dribbling back out to the wing. Brown gets to Elam. Elam works it across the court in the corner, double teamed. He gets rid of it. Underneath, skip pass to Brown. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound inside and now forced up and collecting a foul on good work inside is Scott Winger of Blackford.
Number 12,
Josh Stevenson will pick up the personal foul for Muncie Burris. Each team has a team foul now, and going to the stripe for a pair is Scott Winger, and he rattles the first one in and out and back in. His first point of the game. We're all tied again, 13 apiece. Winger fires and hits. Got them both. Subbing in for Blackford, Dawson Hundley. So 2:56 to go here in the opening quarter. 14-13 Blackford leading by a single point. Burris back to work in the forecourt. Here's a nice feed to Fisher, who fires a bunny off the glass. Good. Give the assist to Jones, the bucket to Fisher, who has 8, and it's 15-14. Burris on top by a point in a seesaw battle early on. Final 2:35 of the opening quarter. Brown, long three on the way, just off the mark. The rebound still fought for, pulled away by Muncie Burris. Man is tied up with the ball. We'll wait for the call. If it's a foul, it is a foul against Blackford.
Blackford foul, 20. Dane
Baker is the offender. First foul of the night for Dane, and with 2:21 to go in the quarter, Burris has the ball and a 15-14 lead. Here's Fisher on the wing near side, couple dribbles, now works it in the corner. Now baseline feed to Jones is thrown away, first turnover of the night. And here comes Blackford into the forward court on the run. Baker has it. Now they get it to Brown here on the new wing. Out on top, three-pointer on the way. Three-pointer no good by Grimes. Burris with the bucket. Here's a foul in the backcourt by Brown, who tried to come up with the steal. Didn't get it. Did get the foul. Luke Brown picks up his first foul. That's 3 on the Bruins as a club. Burris has only committed a foul. And with 1:52 to go in the first quarter, in a 15-14 Burris lead, Owls have the ball back on offense in the forecourt. See what they can do here in the final minute and a half or so. Fisher out here on top. Carnes, cross-court pass. Here's a drive and a shot up off the glass, no good by Stevenson. Brown with the rebound for the Bruins. Quickly down the court, here in the corner. Goes right back to Brown on top. His three is off the mark. That was right of the line. Rebound Jones, and he'll bring it down the court. Here he comes on the open floor. Gets to Fisher on the baseline. Whistle, walk. Fisher was so excited, he took a step before he put it on the floor. We've got a timeout by Burris. 1:19 to go first quarter. It's the Owls 15, the Bruins 14 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Indiana are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. 1:19 to go in the first quarter. Blackford will bring it down the floor, trailing Muncie Burris 15-14. Dane Baker with the dribble out on top. Cross-court pass to Brown. Brown, one dribble back here on the near side to Baker. Baker looks inside but can't find anyone as Burris is matching up in their zone. Here's a drive to the elbow. Nothing doing. A whistle and a traveling call as Blackford turns it over. for the first time tonight, and that'll give it back to Burris with 55 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Muncie Burris 15, Blackford 14 on the scoreboard. Carter Fisher will inbound it, gets it into Colin McBride, who again will be picked up man-to-man at midcourt by Luke Brown. Pass to the wing. Now a drive on the baseline. Shot up. God! Bryce Carnes with a pretty finish. He has 4 in the game. Burris leads it 17-14 in the final 40 seconds of the first quarter. Brown has it 30 feet from the basket. Gets it to the corner. Bombs away with a 3. No good. Rebound comes to Blackford. Baker gets to Brown. His 3 is on the way. It's good. Luke Brown with his second triple of the night. He has 10 points in the game, and it's a 17-all tie in the final 20 seconds of the period. Here's Fisher driving inside. He's fouled on the runner. Put it up about 13 feet out and collected more free throws. Landon Grimes picks up his first personal, 4th on the team for Blackford, and with 14 seconds to go in the quarter, Carter Fisher is back at the line for a pair of free throws. Carter with 8 points in the first quarter already, and he misses the first one. Checking in for Blackford during the dead ball is Cam Elam. Sitting down is Dawson Hundley. So Fisher with the second of 2 free throws with a chance to give his team the lead again. He did. Fisher hits 1 of 2. He's got 9 in the game. 18-17 is the Burris lead, and on the other end, the Blackford Bruins throw it right out of bounds. It heads for the tunnel. Second turnover by Blackford, and with 9 seconds to go in the period, the Owls have the ball and a 1-point lead, and they'll face some pressure in the backcourt. Comes in to McBride. Gets it back across the timeline to Carnes. Now to Fisher with 3, with 2. Long one on the way. No good. And that'll do it for the first quarter. We've played 8 minutes in Worthen Arena. At the first stop, the Owls are out in front. It's Muncie Burris 18, Blackford 17 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
The world of high school sports is filled with athletes who possess the eye of the tiger and whose focus and determination enables them to soar like eagles. The games themselves can't be played without a few zebras. Becoming an IHSAA official is a great way to be part of the action and to support Indiana's healthy tradition of high school athletics. Visit IHSAA.org and get in the game. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to Worthen Arena. Brian Beaver along with you tonight as we head for the second period. Good start to this one. Seesaw affair, and at the first milestone, Muncie Burris leads Blackford 18-17. Leading scorers in the game, Luke Brown has 10 already for the Blackford Bruins. Carter Fisher with 9 for Muncie Burris. We're underway. Burris with the ball in that 1-point lead. Dribbling across the timeline is McBride. Now gets it to the corner to Connor McKibben in the game. Nice feet on the baseline. The shot up by McKibben. No good. Rebound inside and put back and in. Grant Jones. His first bucket, first 2 of the night for him is 20-17. Muncie Burris out in front by 3. That could vanish instantly, especially with Luke Brown holding the ball out between the Cardinal Head logo and the top of the key. Brown will launch from there. It's up. It's off the mark. That was left of center. Offensive fight on the baseline, and the ball is out of bounds off Burris. The offensive possession will continue for the Bruins. Just to the far side of the backboard along the baseline. The inbound pass comes way out on top to Brown. Now back in the corner, and a 3 on the way. A 3 good. Landon Grimes, 2 trays for him, and we're tied again at 20 apiece. 7th tie of the game already. We're a minute into the second quarter. This one could go right down to the finish. Here on the Burris end, baseline drive, shot forced up, no good that time by McBride. Bruins have the rebound. Here comes Dane Baker into the forecourt with a right-hand dribble. Now pressured as Burris continues to play that 3-2 zone. Here's a three from the corner, off the mark that time. Again by Grimes. Burris with the board, Burris with the ball. Here they come quickly down to the offensive end of the court. Jones has it, walked and got away with it. He'll drive the paint, force one up, no good. Rebound comes down to Brown. He's on the accelerator. Here he comes into the fourth court with a full head of steam. Gets to the corner. Long one on the way. Long one, good. Dawson Hunley pops the three, and it's 23-20. Bruins back on top. Going back to work are the Owls. Here's a drive to the free throw line. Good defense. Cuts him off that time as McBride couldn't go any farther. Now a kick on the baseline on the pass inside by Bryce Carnes. And checking into the game, a player from each side. It's going to be Scott Winger going back into the game for Blackford. He'll be joined by Burris's Carter Fisher. And Fisher will inbound. Lobs it out on top to Jones. He'll fire a three. It's off the mark. No good. Rebound taken out by Grimes. They'll push it quickly with Hunley bringing it into the forecourt. And he'll stop on the wing. Now they swing near side. Brown's three is on the way. Kaboom. Luke Brown. Third triple of the night for him. And it's 26-20. Bruins, biggest lead of the night all of a sudden. Told you how fast that lead could vanish. Here's a near turnover, but Burris keeps it. Fisher moves to the corner. Shot up, in and out, no good by Stevenson. Bruins with the board. Here's Brown again on the run. He'll drive to the paint, pull up and fire a 10-footer, in and out, no good. Rebound Burris. Yanked out of there by Connor McKibben. He'll give to Fisher. Fisher dribbles across the timeline, far side between the legs. Now works it near side here to Stevenson. Stevenson to the corner. Launch time, three-pointer. No good that time, off the mark by McKibben. Burris couldn't find it. Here's a 3-on-2 the other way. Beautiful lay-in and an and one opportunity as Hundley took it to the hole and got the goal. Beautiful. Colin McBride picks up the foul. Hundley with the bucket for 5 points in the game. All of a sudden, it's 28-20. It's an 8-0 run. Free throw is off the mark, no good. Hundley couldn't convert the and one. So an 8-0 run here to go from a 20-20 tie to a 28-20 Bruin lead. 4:50 to go, first half. Burris has it in the corner. Stevenson to Fisher on the wing. Now out on top to McBride, who will uncork a three and bury it. 8 points in the game for McBride to make it 28-23. Right here in front of me. Three-pointer on the way. Hundley off the mark short. Here's Burris with a 3-on-2 opportunity. Long lead pass off the glass. Laid in. Good. Josh Stevenson. 28-25 game as Stevenson gets his first bucket. And it's a three-point game again all of a sudden with Brown right in front of us with the ball. Skip past far side. Hundley will fire. His three is no good. Burris with the board. Quick run out. No advantage. It's 1-on-4, but going to the glass and laying it up and laying it off the mark. Just didn't want to fall that time as McBride made an aggressive move. 1-on-4. Wow. Back on the other end. Bruins working it with a 3-point lead. Brown has it. Pulls up. Long two. Good. That'll make it 30-25. Brown had the long two on the baseline. 15 in the game for Luke. He's halfway to his average, and we have 3.5 minutes to go in period number 2. Fisher, runner, off the mark, no good. Brown with the board. He must have 4 or 5 already. Brown brings it across the timeline. No look pass is deflected by a Burris defender. I think it was McBride who deflected it, and it's out of bounds. It'll stay with Blackford. 3:19 to go, second quarter. Bruins 30, Owls 25. An inbounds play on the baseline. It comes into Hundley. Hundley will dribble back out around the perimeter and get it to Brown out on top. Now on the wing, far side. Three-pointer up, three-pointer splash. Landon Grimes has 9 points in the game. We've got a timeout by Burris. 3:08 to go, first half. It's 33-25. Blackford out in front on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
A 50-50 ball. An elbow to the ribs. Sudden flash of tempers. In sports, anything can happen in the heat of the moment. The Indiana High School Athletic Association reminds you that when cooler heads prevail, everybody wins. When the game heats up, will you keep your cool? This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to the ball game. 3 minutes, 8 seconds to go in the second quarter. Muncie Burris now on the trailing side of a 33-25 score here in Worthen Arena. This was an 18-17 game after one with Burris leading by a point. It was an 8-0 spurt that really got Blackford out in front, and that's where the lead stands now again at 33-25. Coming out of the timeout, Burris on offense in the forecourt, out on top, now in the wing, here on the near side. Couple of dribbles by McKibben. Pass across the way is deflected, but Burris collects it. McKibben open for a three. No good. Long rebound comes out to the top of the key. Burris picks it up off the junk off the floor. Here's a move inside. A shot up and good off the glass by Carnes with a beautiful reverse spin. He has 6 in the game, and now it's 33-27. Bruins out in front. Hunley will fire for 3 on the wing. It's off the front iron, no good, but offensive glass inside. Here's a lay-in, good. As Grimes got free, cut to the basket. They found him, and he's got a bucket for 11 points in the game, and it's 35-27. Long three out on top for Burris is no good that time by McBride. Too quick a shot, maybe, for Joseph Anderson's liking. Brown has it in the forecourt. He'll take it to the baseline, pull up, fire, double clutch shot. Is no good, but he'll go to the stripe. Carnes will pick up the foul, and the most uneventful part of the night will be Luke Brown free throws. He shoots 93% from the stripe. He is almost automatic. 2:03 remaining here in period number 2. Brown with 15 already. Make it 15. He missed a free throw. I think that's only his 10th miss of the year out of like 130. Wow, hold the presses. Luke Brown missed a free throw. His shooting has been a little offline tonight. He has missed left and right, not long and short. Next one is good. He says, hey, Beaver, shut up. 36-27. 16 points in the game for Brown. On the baseline for Burris. Here's Jones. Shot won't go. Brown again with another rebound for the Bruins. He's a good rebounder for a guard at 6'2". He's a very, very smart player. Bruins going to work. Brown has it on the wing. He'll fire a 3 up and good over Grant Jones. 19 points for Brown to make it 39-27. He's putting on a show here in the second quarter. Fisher fires for 3 on the other end, and he's got it. 12 points in the game for Fisher. Brown will answer with an elbow jumper, and he hits. We make it 41-27. 21 points already for Luke Brown with 1:08 to go before intermission. High post pass. Jones drives, fires, no good. Rebound inside by Burris. Forced up again and good. McKibben with his first 2. It's 41-32. Grant Brown, make it Luke Brown on the other end. I used to coach a Grant Brown. That was Freudian. Jump shot was no good by Dane Baker. And with 40 seconds to go in the half, Burris trails by 9. They've got it, and they're on their way to working for a shot in the forecourt with a half minute to go. Here's the baseline jumper, and good for 3. Carnes, 9 for him, and it's 41-35. Burris won't go away. 2-possession game. Here's Hundley on top. Gives it to Baker, back to Hundley. Now they swing it near side. Grimes will fire a long high 3 that's no good. Long rebound comes to Blackford. Brown has it with 7 seconds to go. They're going to clear out for him. Clock down to 4, down to 3. Brown will settle and fire for a long 3, and he buries it at the buzzer. Ice water. Luke Brown with 24 points in the first half, and we've reached halftime. at Worthen Arena. The teams go to the locker rooms. At the break, it's Blackford 44, Burris 35. Back with the halftime show after this timeout on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Indiana are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Indiana develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to Worthen Arena. Brian Beaver along with you at halftime of this one as Blackford breaks out of a tight game in the middle of the second quarter, surges late, and goes to the intermission locker room leading Muncie Burris by a score of 44-35. This game tonight not being played at Ball Gym. A couple of stops on the trolley from here. They're being played in Worthen Arena tonight, and Chad Woderick, the athletic director from Muncie Burris, joins us briefly courtside. And tell us about how this game came to pass and how these kids are getting to play in a Division I atmosphere tonight. It's pretty cool.
This is cool, yes, and I like that a couple trolley stops away. That is so true. We thought about coming over in the shuttle buses. We really discussed it. So 2 years ago, during his sophomore year, when Blackford came in, we decided that we were 25 tickets away from selling out at Ball Gym, and you were at that game. You sat front row.
Was.
I have no clue where to put those 25 people. So that night, Ball State was actually there, the higher ups, and I talked to him. I go, hey, what can you do possible to make this happen? So his senior year, I need the arena. And we actually didn't have confirmation of this until last week. So it was bouncing around, lots of meetings. So shout out to Ball State University and Delaware County Board of Health for making this happen. And Tony Ugan at Blackford, really appreciate it. And one thing that is a benefit of being a part of Burris Laboratory School and Teachers College is we get access to Division I facilities. So I can't tell you the last time our high school team played here. I've been here since 2013. It's just a wonderful experience. Get the locker rooms, the floor. And we had, I believe, we're 120 people away from a solid crowd. So there's over 800 people in this facility tonight. And with COVID, that's fantastic for our kids in the community.
Well, you mentioned all the work that comes with a normal, regular home game. And now you add the experience of doing it here and doing it during COVID, which has been, we're crazy for a lot of people. And as an AD, you deserve a lot of credit because ADs are working their tails off right now. But was there ever a point where you thought maybe we shouldn't try this, or were you really sold on the fact that you wanted to get those kids in here, get your kids a once-in-a-lifetime chance to play here for the seniors who are going out, and have them have an experience they'll be talking about at their 50th class reunion?
Yeah, I'm hoping this is a lifelong experience for them. I'll be honest, last March, Tony Ugan and I talked, and we're like, this doesn't look good. In August, it didn't look good. And we got a call 2 weeks ago from Ball State, and they go, hey, Board of Health said, yes, we can do it. So we want to make sure we can provide a safe environment for not only our athletes, but the fans. I think Ball State's done a great job marketing off so we're all socially distanced. Everyone's following the mask rule, and we appreciate their support. And we're just hoping it's a great experience for both schools here. Great feedback from the cheerleaders, everyone involved. The principal from Blackford is here as well. And really cool. That's all I can say.
And Grant Jones had the thrill of not only getting his 1,000th career point recognition before his fans, he did it standing in the middle of the Cardinal head. That's
He
a
did.
memory for the rest of his life.
So I think for Grant to have it happen at the field house at Central and to happen here, and I want to give a shout out to Muncie Central Athletic Department. They stopped the game to recognize it for a visiting school. You didn't have to do that, and I want to thank Tom Lyon and his staff for having that show of class and sportsmanship. It was a great showing of one Muncie.
I know you got a lot to do, so I'll let you go, but thanks for stopping by. Good luck in the sectional next week down at Newcastle, and your kids are playing great. Who knows what lies ahead?
We just got to keep going hot, and we always appreciate having you and your supporters out here. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. That's Chad Woderick. He's the athletic director at Muncie Burris, and we're at halftime. It's been a great game. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ties already in this one, so watch out for the second half. We'll take a break, come back, and take a look at the halftime numbers after this timeout on Beaver Media and the Delco Prep.
A 50-50 ball. An elbow to the ribs. A sudden flash of tempers. In sports, anything can happen in the heat of the moment. The Indiana High School Athletic Association reminds you that when cooler heads prevail, everybody wins. When the game heats up, will you keep your cool? This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community. There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Indiana are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. We're at halftime here in Worthen Arena. Blackford 44, Muncie Burris 35. Here's a quick look at the numbers in the first half. It was an 18-17 Burris advantage at the end of the first period, and a seesaw affair early that saw 6 ties in the first 8 minutes of the game and a couple of lead changes. Period number 2, really good for Blackford. As they go to the court, they scored 27 points in the period and lead at halftime 44-35. So Burris has some work to do, but this one is still anybody's game to win or lose. Quick look at the halftime numbers, and courtesy of Ball State tonight, they're doing just what they do at a college game. They're working the stats up behind me, and they've given me a printout. I've got my own, but I'll take them, and thanks to them. For Blackford, looking at the first half scoring, Luke Brown, 24 points. Landon Grimes, 11. 5 for Dawson Hunley, 2 for Scott Winger for their grand total, 2 for Dane Baker for their total of 44. That rounds them out. By the way, if you're scoring at home, Luke Brown, 5 of 11 on 3-pointers, 9 of 16 overall from the field for Brown to go with his 24 points. For Burris in the first half, well, they got 12 points from Carter Fisher, who had a terrific first period, 9 by Bryce Carnes, 8 for Colin McBride, 2 each for Josh Stevenson, Grant Jones, and Connor McKibben. And really, Grant Jones has to get on track. You need your guy scoring 20 a night to come up with more than 2, and we'll see how much of an emphasis Burris places on feeding Grant Jones and getting him some more shots here in the third period. So, well-played game. Only 2 turnovers unofficially by each team. It's been a well-played, fast-paced game. And it's been a terrific contest, and we've got 16 minutes more basketball to go, and maybe more than that. Who knows how it'll play out. We'll take a break. When we come back, the third quarter begins next on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Stay right there.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Indiana are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
The world of high school sports is filled with athletes who possess the eye of the tiger and whose focus and determination enables them to soar like eagles. The games themselves can be played without a few zebras. Becoming an IHSAA official is a great way to be part of the action and to support Indiana's healthy tradition of high school athletics. Visit IHSAA.org and get in the game. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in your community.
We're back in Worthen Arena. Brian Beaver along with you in the co-pilot seat tonight. Grab a cold Pepsi, maybe a ham sandwich, and get set for second half action as we're ready to get going here on the campus of Ball State University, my own alma mater. Great place. Love being back here on campus. It's a special, special place for me. So we'll start the second half with the floor flipped. Blackford going left to right, Burris right to left. Each team will play on offense in front of its own bench here in the second half. Blackford will own the ball to begin things as we get back underway. Hundley has it. Burris still packed in a 3-2 zone. Hundley dribbles a couple times, bounce pass to the corner, nearly a walk by Winger who has his pass deflected, but Blackford picks it up. Here's Baker to the corner. Now to Hundley on the wing here on the near side. Bounce pass. High post. Now they kick it to the corner for Grimes, whose three-pointer is off the mark, but Blackford with another offensive rebound. Feed to the baseline. Hundley's two on a turnaround, no good. Follow is up off the glass and good. Give Baker the bucket. Dane Baker with his fourth point of the game, and it's 46-35. Blackford out on top. Burris right here in front of us in the second half. Jones on the baseline, reverse lay-in, good. So the first touch and the first shot goes to Grant Jones. I told you, I've been doing this a while. He got to get more ball touches and shots than he did to make it 46-37. Baker on the baseline, double team, out on top to Hundley, who drives to the corner of the key, pulls up, fires, and hits. Nice move, beautiful finish by Dawson Hundley to make it 48-37. The guys in red over the guys in white. McKibben, you hear him pounding the ball right in front of us here. High post pass to Jones. Now here on the wing, three on the way. It's up, it's good. McBride, nice speed on the assist, back out from Jones to McBride. He's got 11 in the game to make it 48-40. 6:20 to go, third quarter. Luke Brown throws it through a teammate's hands across the way. It's out of bounds. That's only the third turnover of the game by Blackford, and Burris has only turned it over twice. This has been a very good game in terms of ball security. The teams have done a great job against some pressure defenses. Well done by both squads. Burris with a chance to chip into that lead. Here's a high post pass. Jones drives the key, lays it off the glass with his left hand. Good. Grant Jones with 4 quick points here in the second half, 6 in the game. And it's 48-42. Back to a two-possession game with 5:48 to go, third quarter. Brown, cross-court pass. They swing at the corner to Grimes. Now baseline to Winger. Triple team out on top. Hundley will take a three, miss a three. Rebound, Fisher for Burris. Owls can get a three here. They could cut the lead in half, trailing by 6. Fisher drives to the paint, fires on the run, hits. Pretty bucket by Fisher. He's got 14 points. Grant Newland has an Excedrin headache. Timeout Blackford. 5:25 to go, third quarter. It's 48-44 Blackford on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
A 50-50 ball. An elbow to the ribs. A sudden flash of tempers. In sports, anything can happen in the heat of the moment. The Indiana High School Athletic Association reminds you that when cooler heads prevail, everybody wins. When the game heats up, will you keep your cool? This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
It's Blackford 48, Muncie Burris 44, coming out of the Blackford timeout with 5:25 remaining in period number 3. Burris has closed to within 4 now after trailing at halftime by 9. So they've taken half the lead away from Blackford, but with a guy like Luke Brown, it could vanish in 20 seconds. Brown will be the inbound passer here in the backcourt as Blackford brings it the full 94 feet tonight on a college court. Hundley picks up his dribble, works it to Brown, cross court. Now let's swing it to the corner to Grimes. Skip past to Brown. Three-pointer up, three-pointer off the mark. Rebound fought for inside, still loose on the floor. Brown picks it up, runs, fires, hits off the glass. Beautiful lay-in as Brown attacked the soft spot. And he has 26 points in the game to make it 50-44. On the other end, here's a blocking foul on a baseline drive by Stevenson. Winger tried to stop him, got him with the hip for his personal foul. That's 2 on him. First one in the second half on either team. Burris going to work in the forecourt. Out on top, now on the wing. Wing drive. Carnes tries to get it inside, throws it away, and now it's out of bounds. And we've got a foul call. Colin McBride. 2 on him. First on the team. 4:44 to go in the third quarter. Bruins leading the Owls 50-44. Hundley goes to the corner to Grimes. Back to Hundley on the wing here near side. Back in the corner. Grimes will take that three-pointer and miss short. Rebound comes down to McBride. On the gas, all the way to the hole. 3-on-2. Up. No good, but a foul. On a nice strong move inside by Bryce Carnes. Dawson Hundley is the guilty party for Blackford. That's his first foul of the night. 2 free throws coming for Bryce Carnes. 9 points on the night. The right-hander fires, nearly airballed it, just grazed the rim going by beneath it. Probably some fatigue showing there. These guys are running 10 feet farther up and down the court every time. It will start to take its toll. Shot on the way. Off the front iron, no good. Carnes missed them both. Here comes Blackford with a 50-44 lead midway through the third quarter. 4:15 to play. Brown out on the wing, guarded closely by McBride. Couple dribbles back, now toward the middle of the floor. Brown bounced pass to the wing far side to Hundley. Hundley dribbles to the top of the key, works it back on the wing far side. The three-pointer is off the mark. Shot was no good by Baker. Rebound inside by Blackford, and they stick it back in. Grimes with the 2. He has 13 points in the game, and it's 52-44. Blackford out in front. 3:45 to go, third quarter. Here's a move down low over the double team. A beautiful finish by Grant Jones. He has 8 points in the game, 6 here in the third period. 52-46 is the score. Blackford in front. Blackford with the ball. Blackford with a three-pointer by Luke Brown. Got him for 29. 55-46. Just that fast. With 3:15 remaining in quarter number 3. Here's Jones on offense. Drives the paint over a triple team. Fires up the glass. No good. He gets hacked. He'll go to the stripe. Landon Grimes is the fouler. 2 on him. Third on the team. 2 free throws for Grant Jones, who's really become a fine player. The 6'4 senior having a terrific February. Shot on the way. It rattles out, no good. Burris with 3 straight misses at the stripe here in the third period. They need to make these count. They need to cash them in. Chasing at 55-46. Jones spins the ball, bends, fires, got it. Got 1 out of 2. He's got 9 in the game, and it's 55-47. Burris trailing by 8 with 3 minutes to go in the quarter. High post feed. Now they kick it back to Brown on the wing. He'll fire a 3 and bury it. Nothing but net. 32 for the great Luke Brown. 58-47. If you're wondering, his career best is 55. On the other end for Burris, three-pointer up, off the mark, but offensive glass inside, and the stick back good by Bryce Carnes, off the miss by Stevenson to make it 58-49. Nice feed down low, off the glass. It's no good. The bunny was in and out, no good by Grimes. Burris got a break there. And here come the Owls, driving to the baseline. Spin move up over Brown. Great finish with a bucket by Colin McBride, and maybe that's a momentum maker. Timeout. 2:18 to go. Third quarter. It's 58-51. Blackford over Burris. Back with more after this on Beaver Media, the Delco Preps channel.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Indiana are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. 2:18 to go, third quarter. It's Blackford 58, Muncie Burris 51. Thanks for being along with us tonight. Always great having you along for the ride. Blackford goes back to work with that 7-point lead. 2:10 to go here in the third quarter. Burris still packing it back in his zone. 3-2. Trying to stop shots by Brown and stop those open looks by the great Brown. They've got other really talented shooters, though. Here's a pull-up jumper long two straight out. Won't go for Grimes. Burris with the board. Can they get a momentum builder here? Trailing by 7. A 3 would be huge. Tempted to fire it. Fisher works to the corner. That's McKibben with it. He'll give it to Fisher out on top. Fisher works it to Carnes to make it to McBride, and now Fisher at the corner of the key. Couple dribbles in the paint, fires on the run. Left-hander won't go. Rebound battle, knocks the ball out of bounds here in the Burris bench. It stays right here and goes to Blackford. 1:24 remaining in the third quarter. 58-51 game. Brown brings it across the timeline for the Bruins. Still 3-2 zoning is Burris. Here's the feed to the baseline. Winger lost the handle. Through to the corner. Brown's triple was off the back iron. No good. Here's the rebound by McBride. Pushing it down the floor. Had his pass knocked away, but he got it right back. Now on the baseline. Trouble City. For Carnes. Needs help. Gets it here near side to Fisher. Fisher out here on the wing. That's McBride driving baseline. Got it back out here on the wing. Fisher will take it to the baseline. He spins inside, forces it up. He hit the bucket. We've got a foul. Good bucket. Terrific finish by Fisher. 16 for him in the game. Baker picks up the foul for Blackford. It's 58-53. Fisher looking for his 17th point in an old-fashioned three-point play. An and one, as the kids like to call it today, and he got it. Nicely done. 58-54. This game is not over by a stretch. Final 39 seconds of the period. Here's a baseline drive and a shot forced up and good. Beautifully done by Hundley, and he's fouled. But is good.
First
Wow.
foul, number 25, Carter Fisher. That's his first.
Carter Fisher picks up the personal. Hundley is at the stripe with a free throw and a chance for his 10th point of the night. Shut up, shut good. Hundley cashes in his 10th point for the and one, and it's 61-54. Blackford out in front. Final 30 seconds of the third quarter. You hear the defender clapping in the background. That's Hundley. Burris with 20 seconds remaining, and they'll be content, like in the movie Hoosiers, to hold it 40 feet from the basket. Clock down to 12. Fisher here on the near side. Now to the corner of the key. Jones drives inside. fires it up, no good in traffic. Rebound is going to be a held ball. Hundley and Carnes both holding the ball, and Burris is going to get it on the dual possession arrow, and they've got 4 seconds on the clock in the forecourt. Comes in the corner, three-pointer on the way. No good, might have been tipped. Brown has it, but he can't get his shot away. That'll do it for the third quarter. We go to the final stop. We've got a humdinger brewing. It's Blackford 61. Wait a minute here. They've called a foul on Bryce Carnes. They must have caught it just as the buzzer was going off. They're going to just let it go. Go to the fourth quarter. Blackford 61, Burris 54 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Indiana are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. We go to the fourth quarter with Blackford out in front of Muncie Burris 61-54. You're wondering, Luke Brown, 32 points through the first 24 minutes. But still anybody's game. Burris is hanging tough. That foul was called just as the buzzer expired, so it was a common foul, and Blackford inbounds the ball and opens the fourth quarter with a possession on the attack in the forecourt. Here's a baseline drive and a little teardrop runner by Grimes, no good. He tried to tip, couldn't get it to fall. Burris has the board. Quickly on the gas, Colin McBride brings it to the forecourt. Gets it to Jones, who feeds Fisher in the lane. He fires it, squirts out, no good. He'd like to have that one back. Blackford with the ball off the rebound. Brown in the forecourt. Baker with it now. Burris still packing it in on a 3-2 zone. Way out on top. Three-pointer is no good. That was a settle for at three that time by Baker. Here's another one on the way, this time by Hundley. No good. Battle for the rebound. Bodies go to the floor. Jump ball called as Winger and Jones both yanked it out of the air. And again, Burris ball. 7:17 remaining in regulation. Owls trail Blackford 61-54. Jones has it. He'll go to the bucket. Drives into the key. Here's a whistle on a blocking foul at the elbow on Winger of Blackford. Fans didn't like the call. That's the third one on Winger. It's a common foul. Burris will inbound on the baseline just to the near side of the backboard. Comes in. Quickly a shot by Stevenson on the way. It rattles out, no good. And again, Blackford with a one-and-done defensive possession with the board. Holding a 7-point lead. Burris needs a couple stop sandwiches where you get a stop, score, and get another stop. You got to do that a couple times in a row. Bruins on the attack, trying to solve the zone by Muncie Burris. Here's a bad pass, nearly stolen away by Fisher. Hundley keeps it, though, for Blackford. 6:40 to go in the fourth quarter. A 7-point Blackford lead. The Bruins with the ball facing that 3-2 zone. Here's a feed to the baseline, and the shot up off the glass and good by Grimes, who's having a nice game with 15 points to make it 63-54. Burris facing some backcourt trap here into the forecourt to Jones. He takes it down to the baseline. Here's a drive inside, a feed to Fisher. Fakes, fires, he's fouled. It'll be a trip to the free throw line for Fisher. Luke Brown called for the foul. He has two. Carter Fisher at the stripe. 4 out of 5 at the line tonight for Fisher. Right-hander fires the first one, and it rattles out. Broadcaster kiss of death. McKibben checks out. Carnes checks back in for Burris between the free throws. Fisher looking for his 18th point. It rattles out, no good. Wow, he missed them both. 63-54. Bruins holding on to that lead as they attack in the forecourt. Bounce pass high post. Now out to Brown. 30 feet from the basket. He'll dribble to the near side wing. That's the right side of the formation. Now he'll pull up behind his screen. His three-pointer is off the mark. Rebound knocked out of bounds. It'll go to Muncie Burris. Anytime you can get a Brown miss and get the ball, you have to consider that a victory. Burris needs a hoop. Backcourt pressure, trapping by Blackford. Burris solves it. Jones at the free throw line. Drives inside, gets it to go on the runner. 10-footer. 11 points for Jones, and it's 63-56. Burris hanging tough. Trying to get a win over the number 8 team in the state in 2A. Here's a drive inside and a right-hand finish for the bucket by Grimes. They haven't had a answer inside for the 6'5 Grimes, who has 17 points. And it's 65-56 with 5:15 to go in the game. Burris needs to get a couple hoops here. Fisher will fire a three out on top. It's off the front iron. No. Inside offensive rebound and a stick back good by Bryce Carnes. Give him 13 in the game. 65-58 with 4:55 to go. Now you need to stop on the other end. Baker will fire a three. It's no good. Good box out. Good board that time by Carnes of Burris. He gets off quickly to McBride here on the near side, guarded by Brown. Out on top to Fisher. He'll drive it to the corner of the key. Bounce pass down low. Fires, hits inside. Does Grant Jones. Give him 13 in the game, and it's 65-60. Don't go anywhere. 4:25 to go in the game. It's still anyone's to win. This would be a major win for Burris if they can pull it off. Here's Brown driving baseline. Forced it up. Couldn't get it. Wanted a foul. Didn't get it. Jones behind the back dribble. Lost the handle. It's loose on the floor. He gets it off. Here's a drive inside. A feed on the baseline, and it's out of bounds. As McBride tried to feed Stevenson, and it went out of bounds for the turnover. I only have Burris for 4 turnovers in the game and only 3 by Blackford tonight. They've played really well on both sides against tough defense. We're midway through the fourth quarter now. 65-60. Blackford holding the lead, holding the ball against that 3-2 Burris zone. Here's a high post feed to the free throw line. Kick to the corner. Grimes on the near side. He can't get the 3 to go. And now he's down on the court and maybe has a cramp. Burris with the ball. Across the timeline. McBride feeds the corner. Jones jab step. Drives. Finishes for the good. Bucket on the baseline. Great play by Jones to finish for his 15th point of the night, and we've got a timeout. Wow. Don't go anywhere. Officials timeout as Grimes went down. I think he had a cramp, and temporarily the game is stopped, but they'll keep it going here at 65-62. I told you this is not over. Jones with a beautiful finish on that baseline move for 15 points on the night. And now it's a one-possession game again as we go under 3.5 remaining. Blackford with the ball. Hundley, bounce pass, corner of the key to Baker, back to Hundley on top. They'll swing it across the way, a wing 3 on the way. No good. Jones with the board for Burris. They can tie with a triple. Across the timeline comes McBride. McBride out on top between the rings to Fisher. Picks up his dribble, needs help. Gets it here near side to McBride. McBride looking down low, goes to Stevenson in the corner, feeds baseline. Knocked away, stolen away. Turnover by Burris. Now we've got a whistle and a timeout taken by Blackford. 2:55 to go in the game. It's a timeout for the Bruins, and we'll take it with them. 2:55 to go. Blackford 65, Muncie Burris 62 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
A 50-50 ball. An elbow to the ribs. A sudden flash of tempers. In sports, anything can happen in the heat of the moment. The Indiana High School Athletic Association reminds you that when cooler heads prevail, everybody wins. When the game heats up, will you keep your cool? This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to Worthen Arena. We head for the final 2:55 of the fourth quarter in a one-possession game. Blackford with the ball, leading 65-62. Burris still in that 3-2 zone. Here's a feed underneath. Winger tries to throw it to the corner, barely gets it away to Morris, and another timeout taken to bail out a loose ball situation. We'll keep it right here. Grant Newland called the timeout for Blackford at 2:40 to keep the possession alive, and both teams get a bit of a breather, but this is still anybody's game to win or lose. 65-62. The big damage tonight for Blackford has been done by Brown with 32 and Grimes with 17. Hundley's had a solid 10-point night, but they've been the only offense. Those three guys have done the vast majority of the scoring for Blackford. And you expect that out of Brown, who came in averaging just over 31 points a game. But for Burris, you look down at the sheet, Carnes is sitting on 13, McBride 13, Jones 15, Fisher 17. So who's going to win it? Who's going to blink here? Coming out of the timeout, Blackford will keep the ball. It's a tough place to inbound. It's about as deep toward the corner as you can get on the sideline, right in front of their bench. Winger will inbound it. He gets it to Brown. Brown dribbles right back out to the Cardinal head. Now he'll drive down the key, and here's a push and a foul on the drive. That's going to go against Bryce Carnes and his third foul, but only the fourth on the team. So if you're Burris, you're playing the chip and chase game now with fouls. You still have to give 3 more fouls before 1-and-1 kicks in. So, well, that plays out here in the final minutes. 2.5 minutes remaining. 65-62. Blackford ahead of Muncie Burris. Here's a move. Oh, Burris fans wanted a now he's got to be careful because that's his fourth foul. It's the 15th foul. So you have one more to give if you're Burris, and then one after that to send him to the bonus. Blackford is sitting on 16 fouls. They commit another foul that isn't an offensive foul, and Burris will shoot free throws. Exciting 2:20 coming up here to finish it. Brown has it out near the timeline. Now he'll drive it down the paint, moves it to the corner, out on top to Hundley as they move the ball quickly all over the floor. Good ball movement by Blackford. 2:08 to go. Blackford now matchup here, man-to-man. Burris goes man-to-man, loose ball on the floor. Blackford will find a way to get it out of traffic and work it back out on top to Brown. 1:58 to go. Brown will drive it. Here's a whistle and a near steal. Tried to pick the pocket from behind, did Fisher. The fans you hear behind me hate the call. But I got to tell you, that actually does help Burris because now the next one is 1-and-1. And that's a good place to be if you're playing chip and chase with 1:50 to go. Both teams with 16 fouls. Brown dribbling through traffic with 1:45 to go. 65-62 game. Grimes is wide open for the three, but he didn't take it, and now he'll take the foul from Fisher at 1:39. Fisher with his third foul. That's the 7th against Burris, and now it's 1 in bonus time. And here you're either going to ice the game or gag. Landon Grimes, his first free throw of the night, and he hits it. 18 points for him. That makes it 66-62. Grimes looking for his 19th point of the night. It's on the way, and he got it. 2-for-2 trip for Grimes, and it's 67-62. My sheet is chicken scratch city, but with 1.5 minutes to go, Burris is in the game. Here's low post. Inside, shot up, no good by Jones. He got his own rebound, and he's tied up down near the baseline. Wow. Joe Anderson can't believe the call. He thought his guy got mugged. It's going to come in along the baseline in the backcourt and belong to Blackford, and he walked and got away with it right in front of the bench here on the Burris end. Baker got the benefit of the doubt and will walk the other way for free throws with 1:26 to go. Colin McBride committed the foul for Burris, And with 1:26 remaining in the fourth quarter, Dane Baker goes to the stripe for the first time tonight, and he hits. They'll have another. Give him 5 points in the game, 68-62. This would make it a 3-possession game if Baker can knock down the next one. It's on the way. He missed it. Burris has a chance. 68-62, a minute 20 to go. Here's a double team and a steal. Going the other way all by himself is Baker. He lays it in. Baker with 7 points in the game to make it 70-62 with a minute 8 to go. Here's a whistle. And a foul.
Blackford foul number 12. Dawson Huntley.
Huntley picks up the foul for Blackford.
7 on the team.
2 on him, and now 7 against Blackford. So with 1:07 left in the game, it's 1-and-1 time. And if you're Burris, you got to hit them all. And Fisher is at the stripe, and he's missed his last 2 free throws. This one is a must make. It's on the way. He missed it. A foul called on the rebound.
First foul.
It's going to go against Burris. It's on Grant Jones.
19.
His first foul of the night. 9th against Burris, so it's still 1-and-1 with a minute 5 to go. Game's not over, but you can really make it tough if you're Blackford right here. Leading 70-62. Grimes is a senior. He's 2 out of 2 at the stripe tonight. Make it 3 out of 3. He's had a terrific game. This is not a one-man team at all for Blackford. A lot of people think it's just Luke Brown. These guys are good. 71-62. Second free throw on the way. This one no good, and Burris has the rebound. Here come the Owls. They got to score fast. Fisher, a long 3 on top. It's off the mark. Bruins have the rebound. Burris looking to foul, and they do in the backcourt. As McBride put a body block on the ball handler.
First foul, number 10, Colin
Foul
McBride.
number 4 of the night for Colin McBride, and going to the charity stripe on the other end is Dane Baker.
Dane Baker.
Double bonus time. He will shoot 2, hit the first one. 8th point of the game to make it 72-62 with 54 seconds remaining. Baker looking for point number 9. He missed the second one. Burris with the board. 72-62. Going to the other end. Owls attacking. They got to shoot right away. Here's a long 3 off the backboard, off the rim, no good. Rebound comes to Blackford off the miss by McBride. Going the other way, ball thrown out of bounds. It's off a Burris defender. And now a host of subs will check into the game for Burris to finish the night. Ian Kowalski is in there. Nate Drown is in there. Colby Kring is in there as Joseph Anderson waves the white flag here with 38 seconds remaining. Classy move. Get your guys on the floor. Let them say, I played in a college facility. You're not going to score 10 points in 38 seconds. And it's about the broader picture for Joe Anderson. And now the officials stop play long enough for Grant Newland to do some of the same stuff on his end. He's going to get a man up and into the game.
Also checking in. 22 is Burris.
Inbounds pass comes into the backcourt. Luke Brown with it. Final 30 seconds of this one. Grant Jones guarding Brown intently. That's a good matchup. Couple of pretty good players right there. Final 20 seconds of the contest. Brown putting on a dribbling exhibition. He'll drive to the elbow, work it out to the corner, get it right back, and dribble it out here with 10 seconds to go. Brown dribbles to the key, dribbles back out. You hear the crowd. The fans from Blackford are ecstatic. They're going to win here tonight for the 19th time this season. There's the buzzer. This one is over. Final score from Worthen Arena. Blackford 72, Muncie Burris 62. Fantastic basketball game here tonight by these two teams at Worthen Arena. The fans who came in here and paid their money got every bit of their money's worth. We'll take a break. Back with a quick post-game show after this on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Stay right there.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules and the value of hard work and sacrifice. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game. I play for the smell of my leather glove, the sound of infield chatter, and that incredible feel of the ball jumping off my bat. I play for sacrifice bunts and sacrifice flies because they've taught me what it means to be a teammate.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules, time management skills, and the value of hard work and sacrifice.
I play high school softball for my friends who decorate my locker before every big game. That's who I play for. Play for keeps. Play for fun. Play on.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. More than 7.7 million American teenagers participate in high school sports every year, including about 152,000 here in Indiana. They're all learning essential life lessons, like the importance of hard work, time management, and self-discipline, skills that are helping them become better leaders and more active, responsible citizens. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to Worthen Arena. This one is over, and it belongs to the Blackford Bruins tonight, but they had to fight tooth and nail to get this one to go the way of the kids from Hartford City. This was a really well-played basketball game tonight. It's what you would expect from two good teams less than a week from the start of the sectionals in the state tournament. This was a very, very tight game, very well played, and we're going to talk to the Burris head coach here in a moment. Let me take a timeout. When we come back, we'll hear from Joseph Anderson right after this on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game. I play for the smell of my leather glove, the sound of infield chatter, and that incredible feel of the ball jumping off my bat. I play for sacrifice bunts and sacrifice flies because they've taught me what it means to be a teammate.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules, time management skills, and the value of hard work and sacrifice.
I play high school softball for my friends who decorate my locker before every big game. That's who I play for. Play for keeps. Play for fun. Play on.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to Worthen Arena. Brian Beaver and Muncie Burris head coach Joseph Anderson kind enough to join us here post-game. And, man, what a game, what a show your kids put on here tonight in losing by a final of 72-62. But this was a nip and tuck game, tough defense, clean and well played by both offenses, facing some pretty good defense at times. Tell me about your kids and in the mic there, and just tell me a little bit about how you felt they played tonight.
Overall, I didn't think we played too bad. I thought we looked tired at moments. I know we just came off of a emotional game against Muncie Central. But as you know, we told the kids, you got to leave it out there every game. I think, every time we cut cut into their lead, we allowed them to make big shots. We knew Luke, he was going to get his. We knew that. We allowed a couple other kids to get off on us. I believe one kid hit his average in the first half. Missed blockouts here and there, missed layups and free throws. It hurt us tonight.
When you look at the stat sheet, you mentioned Luke Brown. He got his 32 points. Grimes got you for 20. Dawson Hundley got you for 10. But on your side of the ledger, you put four guys in double figures tonight. You got 17 from Fisher, 15 from Jones, only had two in the first half, and 13 each from Carnes and McBride. And you faced a pretty good team, number 8 team in 2A, and you only turned it over 7 times.
Yeah, as I told someone last week, we're not the same Burris team as we started out early on, and definitely not last year. I believe last year we were averaging close to 20 turnovers a game. We've cut that down. We have to value every possession, and at times we didn't do that tonight.
You look at where you've been, where you are now. You're 9-9. You're playing well. You're a handful of days from playing in the sectional, about a week away for you. You got time to prepare for either Yorktown or Hamilton Heights in the sectional. You got Delta before that on Friday night. So you got no easy steps here in this week. You played a 3 or 4 game week by the time you're done, and you played some good teams, and the kids must be a little tired. That's a lot of fatigue to put on teenagers.
Yes, they are. We know they're tired. We're going to just have a walkthrough tomorrow, get ready for Delta. We're going to take this weekend off since we don't play till next Friday. Just give the kids time to just rest. This month we've gone 3 games a week for the month. I think we had one which was a cancellation, but overall, I'm proud of these kids. They're leaving it out there. I am proud of them.
You have a lot of luxury when you get to the end of your season getting to buy in the sectional. You mentioned you get to take a weekend off from the pounding. You get to game plan for an opponent that you're going to get to see play a few days before you have to face them, and you're going to get somebody good in the sectional no matter who it is, whether it's Ham Heights or Yorktown. But all kidding aside, to come in here at 9-8, leave 9-9 in a COVID crazy year where everybody has had to make it up as you go along sometimes, it has to be a pretty satisfying year to this point. I know you're not satisfied, period. You want some dubs in the tournament, but to go from where you've been, you mentioned we're a different Burris now, and you are a different Burris now, to where you are now, and you're competitive. Anyone who takes you lightly is going to ask Blackford how that turns out.
Thank you.
But how proud are you of the kids and how they've fought through all this and managed to get you 9 wins already?
I'm proud of them. We set an expectation for this year. We had a goal of where we wanted to be. We are close to achieving that. We're young. We play, even though we have 5 seniors, typically we play 2 to 3, and then the rest are underclassmen. All this is going to do is to help those kids to build towards the future. These kids are gaining confidence. They are believing in themselves, but they're believing in each other, and they're listening to the coaches. These kids are actually on the game film just as much as we are. I know Connor was just out here shooting free throws because I know he missed some, but that kid, he has a great work ethic along with Grant, him, Colin, and Carter. So, we just have to put this one behind us, move on, and get ready for the next game.
Well, thanks for being kind with your time. It's great to see your kids play, seeing them play well. You're headed in the right direction. Good luck Friday at Delta. Next week in the sectional, 3A sectional, 24 down at the Field House, world's largest high school gym in Newcastle. I have to, before I let you go, you're going to play in the world's greatest high school gym next week, and you played in a Division I facility tonight. I'm sure you want to thank Ball State and everybody who made this possible, not just
Yes.
for your kids, but for the Blackford kids to walk out and play a game on a college floor in a beautiful facility.
Yes, I would like to thank Ball State for allowing us this opportunity to play here, but also our athletic director, Chad Wilderick. Like to thank him. Judd Fisher actually helped out in this as well. This was a great experience for our kids. In the past, we really haven't had the opportunity to play. So, now we have played Newcastle, we have played here at Worthen, we have played in the field house. And that's not something that should be taken for granted. We cherish those opportunities. We would have loved to have gotten the win. I'm glad we don't have to see Luke anymore. I wish him much success as he moves on to the next level.
Yeah. Well, classy as always, Joseph Anderson, thanks for stopping by, and
Thank you.
good
for
luck the
having me.
rest of the way.
Thank you.
All righty. Joseph Anderson, he's the head coach of the Muncie Burris Owls as they come away a disappointing night, but they played well, and they're going to be a handful next week for anybody who looks across the court at the blue and gold. So, final score in this one, Blackford 72, Muncie Burris 62. Quick look at the scoring for Blackford: Luke Brown 32, Landon Grimes 20, Dawson Hundley 10, 8 for Dane Baker, 2 for Scott Winger, and that rounds out their 72. Burris scoring tonight led the way, did Carter Fisher, had a great first half, 17 points on the night, 15 for Grant Jones, 13 for Bryce Carnes, 13 more for Colin McBride, 2 points each for Josh Stevenson and for Connor McKibben. And as we mentioned with Joe a moment ago, what a game. Only 11 turnovers in the entire game, 7 by Burris, 4 by Blackford. Very, very well played high school basketball game. That's going to do it for us for tonight. We will make our broadcast plans for the state tournament known soon on our Twitter feed at Delco Preps. And hopefully we'll be talking some Hoosier Hysteria tournament style very shortly. Until then, the final score for the final time, Blackford 72, Muncie Burris 62. For everyone at Beaver Media, I'm Brian Beaver. Thanks for joining us tonight. Until next time, so long, everybody.